good evening or whatever it is where you are. How you going, guys? All three of you? Oh, there's 7 here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get the likes up to 100. We get to 100, you know what you win. A big, giant bucket of air. Hey, crazy chicken. How you going? 27 people hit that like button. Let's get the like really high. Just for absolutely no reason, with no benefit other than to increase the number, to increase my dopamine levels. Hey, Revod, how you going? Wayne, Playtime. I don't know if you guys are Playtime and Wayne's still here, but anyway. How you guys going? What's changed in your world since yesterday? Flat out hearing you. I'm not sure what that means. You're flat out. You're busy. Hey, Beat, the game LG. Dang, I remember being a mod. The very first at that. Beat the game. Volume is lower. Oh, so you're saying you can't hear me? Is that better? Can you hear me better now? Tell me, can you? Okay, let me figure something out. Is that better? There we go. Now we're talking. Well, I always was, but you couldn't hear. Hey guys, Peter, Tammy, some random gamer. Hey man, I haven't seen you for ages. La Petite Silver. You don't see a like button. Should just be below the video. But anyway, anyone who can see a like button, go and smash that like button and hit that bell. I don't know. Apparently that's what everyone says these days, so I may as well join in and say it. So, how are you guys all going? Not making anything today, just sort of talking. Hey, Sebastian, how you going, buddy? Just sort of talking, what's going on, coronavirus, as everything seems to change. Last I checked, in Australia, we've had 1 new death today, and it was 328 cases. It's all going quite ballistic. Things that we've now been able to, it's being thought, it's being tested through studies now that proves that the virus now exists in the air for up to 3 hours, but it's not easily transmissible, which is a good thing. 24 hours on cardboard, 4 hours on copper, 3 days on metal. And in this country, schools are still open, hairdressers are still open. They're voting today in Queensland. Anyone who comes into the country, an Australian citizen who comes to the country, we will be immediately taken into a hotel for 14 days to self-isolate, and they will be, and it's paid for by the government, so it should. Hey, Sebastian, thank you for that $1. I don't know why I'm dancing. Well, I do, but it wasn't a conscious thing. But yeah. While I remember, there we go. All right, here we go. Thank you very much for that $1, Sebastian. I do appreciate it. I'm happy to accept and happy that anyone's actually got money. Like, a lot of people have just went from their lives, enjoying it, working, enjoying themselves, but living paycheck to paycheck to a degree, which is how probably half of the people live. And suddenly there's nothing, and people still have to pay mortgages. Even with me, like the last 28 days, if I go on YouTube, in the last 28 days, let me just have a look to give you guys an idea. Because I've been putting more work into YouTube, and plus I guess more people are home, so they're watching it. Last 28 days, my YouTube views have gone up 15%. My watch time's gone up 9%, but my revenue in the last 28 days has dropped 22%. I expect that to continue to drop. So more and more and more and more views, but less and less money. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And every one of these coronavirus update videos I'm doing, YouTube is taking monetizing away from it, saying it's not appropriate for advertisers. It's like it's the biggest thing on the planet that everyone's talking about, and you saying that advertisers don't want to advertise on these types of videos. Of course they do. Another $2. Oh, thank you so much, Sebastian. Jeez, I tell you, all this really helps. It honestly, truly does. I just love your channel so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I still find it strange that people like my channel. Like I just do what I do and that's it. Sebastian says, you're such a great man. I just want to thank you for doing these streams and tuning me up. Well, you're welcome. And thank you for coming by to watch, contribute, and also donate as well. It's like, good evening, Six Woods Taylor. How are you? It's very interesting. Wait a minute, what happened? What did I hit? Just check something quickly, guys. Where are we? To check something quickly. Alrighty, let's get back to reading these comments. I think someone else would agree. Sorry, Jason, what you got playing in the background? This right now is just music from a friend's band called Bristle, and this song is Magic Sunrise. I don't know. Sorry, I've missed Agitated Snake. I don't know what's going on here. Hello, says Roberta. Do you like Iron Maiden? Not a particularly a fan or anything. I probably don't know a lot of their music, or I can't think of anything right now. Go Fish Office comes in and asks for you. My angel. Ah, yes. Might save that for when he gets here. I mean, he might not. So Matthew says, I do. I've seen them live multiple times. They are a great band and very cool guys. Let me just think of Iron Maiden. Let me just see who's. Yeah, I can't think of any of their songs actually right now, but I'm sure I would know a lot of them. I mean, I know them. It's just not someone that I really listen to. So how are you guys all going? How many of you are in lockdown? I mean, what's still open where you are? Like where I am, schools are open, hairdressers are open. You can still vote. There's voting going on today. You can pretty much do anything at the moment. But cinemas, pubs, clubs, gyms, all these things where they say, oh, people congregate are closed. They see they've closed all the things where most people will work and live paycheck to paycheck. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm just yawning. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, this is sort of like, I guess you could call it coronavirus update, but to be honest, I'm not really going to talk that much about it. I don't know what there is left to talk about. I mean, more stuff happens every day, but it becomes a bit exhausting. So I just thought do a bit of a chat, catch up, see how you guys are going. Where are you? Grocery stores, fast food places, hardware stores, that's about it. Pretty much everything here is still open other than like that kind of thing, cinemas and restaurants, clubs, pubs, bars, gyms, beaches are shut. All the sporting stadiums, outdoor markets are still open. Some certain markets, like it's a very confusing thing. You can still get married, but you're only allowed 5 people, and you can still have a funeral, but you can have 10. So it's like, well, huh? It's really odd. Eric, hey, welcome back. You should make a video on how to make apple chips because I have made. That's an idea. I haven't actually done a video on that. I don't know if anyone saw my new video from today. What if anyone is interested or not? I'll just get the link. Find it. There it is. For anyone who wants to look at it, check it out now, later, never, whatever. There's a link to my latest video. Fast food drive-through gun shops. You've got to have gun shops open. They could get to the point where we're closing petrol stations, we're closing food, we're even closing hospitals, but we're never closing the gun stores. That's funny. Ow. A crazy chicken. Mobile county public schools are out for the rest of the school year. Distant learning will continue until May 25, the original last day. You should make a video on how to make apple chips. I might just do that. Just finished it before I got on here. I must have missed the first part of whatever you said. Hey, Taz T. Yeah, haven't seen a long time, been ages. All you do is take the mandolin and start slicing. You can slice with a mandolin. That's pretty good. What can I slice with a guitar? Or it has to be a mandolin? Or violin. Could I maybe use violin to slice the apples? Geez, that was a really dry joke. Wish you a first comment. Thank you. Why the hell would beaches be closed? Super easy to maintain distance. People need to get outside. Yeah, they've closed the beaches because people were going to them and apparently there was too many people on the beach. We don't want you getting vitamin D. But I don't know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. James. Hey, James. Justin says, greetings from Holland. I'm the guy who beat you on FIFA a while back, remember? Probably. I don't know. If we're talking the FIFA 20 or 19, because FIFA 20, I find, for my style of play, a lot harder. For me. I think I could have, but didn't use the chat to watch. I don't know. Do you know how to make? Yes. You keep asking me about the apple chips. I know how to make them. I just haven't actually filmed myself doing it on a video. Oh, I'm so tired. Crazy. I know, right? Public schools are already on summer break. Oh. Yeah, my kids' school and preschool, they're not closed, but we've kept them home, but they're still charging fees because they're home, and they're open. Oh, people hit that like button. Let's try and get to, I don't know, 30. Chaz Chef. Chef Taz T. You know the other Taz T. I do. I sure do. 12:31, and I'm pretty hungry, I have to say. I have not eaten yet. Want to get some vitamin D later in from the sun, but it's cloudy, of course. Julia, welcome back. There's a gun and fishing shop in my part of London, near a funeral director, both opposite the church. Chef Taz 0 thumbs down. Yes, well, that's won't last, will it? Your team on FIFA 20 is actually insane. How did you get coins to build such an epic team? You got any trading tips? Well, most of the players I've got, I did through, I think it was squad battles. You know, where you, that's how I got. Some I got in packs. I think of my whole, you got your starting 11, then you got your reserves and your whatever. That 23, I think only 6, I think 17 out of the 23, I won. Got in packs, got through squad building challenges. Where you build a team and then you get that player. Because that was pretty easy to get players a while back. They've made it a lot harder now, where you've got to do like six different things to get that player. Where back when I was first doing it, you only need 1, occasionally 2. So it was easy to get back then. And I got a couple of, I got a player in a pack, not from buying a pack, but when you win packs for doing certain things, and some of the packs you can trade, others you can't. I can't remember who it was now, but it was an icon card, and I didn't want him, so I sold him. I got 2.5 million coins, and that enabled me to get some players. I think I bought Van Dijk with that money, and someone else with it. But yeah, actually, I haven't played it with all this whole thing going on at the moment. I've just not even thought of it. So, how many cases of coronavirus in Australia? Let me have a look. 3,378, 14 deaths. It says 13 deaths on the live update, but we get the information here first before it goes out to the World Health Organization or wherever. A 91-year-old woman died today in a aged care facility, which is still open, by the way. Since the most vulnerable people to this seem to be elderly and people with underlying health issues, why would you continue to keep the aged care facilities and nursing homes open to people to just go and visit? I find that weird. It's all just strange. So I don't know where we're up to. Oh, Hope must be here somewhere because I just see crazy chickens saying, "Oh, there you are, Hope. Hey, how you going?" Oh my God, Young says Indonesian here. We are just easy going, mates. How you going? Easy. Yeah. Oh my God, Young. Julia, if you put up the apple recipe, I can use it in the autumn. I went to the chemist today, the pharmacy. We needed a few things. My wife's got a blocked ear. So we normally use hydrogen peroxide, like for 8 years, you put it in there, it bubbles up, unblocks it, whatever. The pharmacy's like, you can't get it anywhere. It's everywhere. People have bought it up to use as hand sanitizer. And I'm like, we just wanted it for our ear. So we couldn't get any. We do still have some, but we have like that much in a bottle, like a centimeter or less. So it's like, it'll do, but it's, it's not fun if you get a blocked ear and you end up getting an infection and all the rest of it. It's nearly 800 in the UK deaths now. My goodness, let's have a look. 759 in the UK, 181 new deaths, nearly 3,000 new cases so far. But for yesterday's, oh geez, it's really gone up, hasn't it? I don't know. Are you still here, Sebastian? I don't know. Sebastian was here and he's a lovely, awesome guy. Um, Donated some money, which was really lovely of him because he also donated yesterday. Um, but just a really nice guy. He's been at these chats like since day dot. Um, I remember he started. I think he started a donation train like a year ago. It was funny and it was awesome and it was like people were donating just like it was. I don't know. It was weird. USA has the most confirmed cases. Yep. Upfront says yes, we do CCD. I don't know what that means. Just don't go to your relative's care home, even you can. Well, that's the thing. I just think it's the mixed messages to say if you don't have to go anywhere, stay home. But go. But schools are going to remain open, and you should take them, but you should probably leave them home. We need to have social distancing, but you need to come and vote, or we're going to go and fine you. Stay away from each other. Keep a social distancing, but go and get your hair cut. It's like, what in the hell is going on? It's just so mixed. So mixed. I'm trying to figure out how to raise money to help people with COVID-19. Honestly, I wouldn't know. Start a GoFundMe, which I'm sure has been helped, but I mean, I don't know how that would work because it's so everything. Start something like some sort of. It's really hard because you can't really see and connect with people. It's almost what we need to do is somehow go back to a way of trading, not for money, like things that I've got that someone might need, and things like a friend today, we didn't have any tissues, so he brought a couple of boxes of tissues over, and I cut off a couple of big pieces of our aloe vera plant for him to use to make hand sanitizer or just use as moisturizer or whatever. So things like that would be a good thing to do. Like we had to, maintain our distance, wearing gloves or that. Once we touched the other thing, like I touched what he gave me, I threw out my gloves and then I washed my hands. And yeah. Crazy chicken dude, behave everyone. You know what the bee said? Beehive yourself. Or was that the bear? I have no idea. Try seawater spray stuff. It's better. The brand I use is called Audio Clean. Or I'll try medical olive oil. For what? as a hand sanitizer. Let's try seawater. I don't know what seawater spray. Do you mean actually go to the beach even though they're closed and get seawater? I don't know. Ow. Yo, what up? Hey, how you going? Eric. So your video on how to make toffee strawberries, what did the toffee do to the star dry? What do you mean? What did the toffee do to the strawberry? I mean, it sounds like a joke, and I'm waiting for the punchline the way it was written. But yeah, nothing. The strawberry was normal. It was really good. Yeah, it was actually really good. That was a very early video that I did. In fact, a long time ago. Yeah.
You said you give me milkshake.
Yeah, after I've done this, darling. Okay. All right, darling. You go. So I'll do this, and then afterwards I will make you girls a milkshake each.
Yeah.
Chocolate milkshake.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you go now, sweetie? So I can finish this.
Can you get out?
Yes. Can you close the door, please? Thank you. No, it's for your ears. Okay. So did the toffee on the strawberry turn the strawberry to rock hard like a lollipop? No, the strawberry just was the same. The outside was hard. The toffee was hard, of course, and crunchy. It's just the same like if you did toffee apples. Hey, Crazy Chicken, you're back. I'm front. Together we're back to front. That makes a Lionel Richie album. Geez, that's an awful joke. I shouldn't say that again. A milkshake would brighten these dark times for me right now. Yeah, I'm going to make the girls a milkshake. I promised them yesterday I'd make them a milkshake today. So after this chat, I'm going to make them I think they all want a chocolate milkshake. But are we back to back? I don't know. I'd be no point in going back to back. I already know you're about 6 feet taller than me. Thanks, Eric. Hit that like button, people. We're up to 27 likes. This is like the greatest thing since the last greatest thing, which is not great, which doesn't really matter. Oh boy. $29 likes. That's it. We've almost got to 30. Eric, so when do you think you will make that video on how to make cinnamon apple chips? I don't know, and I'm thinking I might even make them in the air fryer just to be different. See, I don't have a mandolin, but I have my ways. Up front, your videos, what is keeping my sanity? Just now, the wife told me to stop cooking. Funny. Cloudy. Let me just check. Is there supposed to be It's almost pointless to go outside to get vitamin D when it's cloudy. We'll get somewhere, so we'll just take tablets. Tasty, I'm so glad to be back on the chat after a really long time. So great idea. Air fried apple cinnamon chips. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I've got all these air fry videos that I've done. I haven't uploaded yet. Eggs in the air fryer. That was surprisingly easy. So many things you can do in an air fryer. It's just ridiculous. A better potato chip slice would work. Well, that's what I'm going to use. I haven't uploaded it because I haven't edited it yet, but I made fries, chips in the air fryer from scratch from potatoes. Well, I mean, they're all from potatoes, but I mean, from home. And they're so good. Such a cheap meal. Julia, apparently you can grow strawberries in a hanging basket. Maybe. I grow strawberries, but a lot of them get attacked and eaten by things before I get to, because they're in the ground, they droop like this. It's very hard even with nets or bags to keep them safe, because things can get in. Easier with other things like the blueberries, like birds go for our blueberries, and I just put big net bags over them, and nothing gets at them. But they're wrong time of season. Blueberries we start picking normally around the middle of November, and they're all usually picked by the end of December. Don't look at me. I have a flute, so I can't make the apple crisp. These jokes are just coming in thick and fast. Or crisp if you say, I'm so hungry. Oh, I just got hunger pain. I don't like that. Oh, you really have to buy a mandolin to make the apple chips. Well, what if I use a violin? But, tasty eggs, question mark? What? Yeah, eggs, what do you mean, in an air fry? Yeah, easy. I think it took me, actually I can't remember, maybe 15 minutes or so, 15 minutes maybe in the air fryer to hard boil eggs. A bit less, you get it's a little bit yolky. It's pretty easy, pretty yummy. We had some crazy chicken, so we had some big fruit last summer until hail smashed it up. Ugh. Have you got a tiny sharp knife such as a paring knife that would work, or an egg slicer? I don't think so. Tasty. I've made chicken drumsticks, pork chops, salmon in the air fryer. Yeah, all this talk of food, that's why I'm so hungry. Eric, a violin wouldn't work. That's funny. Because I'm not sure, Eric, if you're being serious or if you're joking like me. Because a mandolin is actually a musical instrument, so that's why I said a violin. Salmon. Yeah, you can do salmon in the air fryer. It depends on how you cook it. Oh man, where are we up to? My wrist just vibrated, so it must be 10:02. Yep. Holy moly! Thank you, Hope, for you and your family during this extremely hard time. I hope things get better for this world soon. So do I. And I don't see it happening anytime soon. I see it only getting worse, and the true extent of this, like later in the year, it's going to be like I don't know. I'm really Really don't know what the world's going to look like in a couple of years. Are so many people going to be destitute, lose all their houses and everything, and whole areas just converted into giant, massive apartment buildings that are quite small, that are all security locked, and people that don't have much, you're in this level, you can't leave this. It sounds like a movie. Yeah, that's how I feel like the world could be heading. Yeah, thanks a lot, Hope. Like, I really appreciate that. Um, to get a donation train going, I'd donate $5 to myself, but YouTube will take 30%. I may as well just throw the money to them. Oh, I know, a falling piano like a cartoon. Yeah, nothing to do with cooking, but are all of your wildfires out? I think they are, because we had so much rain and then lots of floods and storms and damage. And we're sort of trying to clean. We just finished cleaning up all that, and now there's the coronavirus. So I don't know. Eric, do you have a vegetable peeler? Because you could use that to make your apple chips. I've got like vegetable peelers, apple peelers. I've got I can't even think what they're called now. What mail carrier does Australia use? We have a thing called. Sorry, I thought I heard weird noise. Australia Post is called. Up front says, I just don't remember that if you have done any salmon recipes. Oh, I have. Oh, I thought you meant in the air fryer. Hold on, I'll go. I mean, I may have only done one. I'm not really sure, but I know. Okay, I've got baked salmon marinade, salmon mousse vol au vent, spicy avocado and salmon toasted muffins. If any of those appeals, let me know and I can put the link in here for you. Taz T says $100! Exclamation. Hey Holly McGrawley, haven't seen you for ages. How are you going? How your little ones going? Taz T, $100 again! Exclamation. What about $100? What does that mean? Yeah, I mean, what about $100? I'm taking Go Fish off his place right now. Julia, I think I'll get an air fryer sometime. Sound a good idea, but there is a basket thing you can put in a microwave that dries stuff by forcing air through it. It's also a special plate that fries. Yeah. Eric, do you have an Apple Cora? No. Yeah, Taz T, what's this $100 thing you keep mentioning? Because you've said it twice, so I'm guessing. Jeez, did you see the pics I sent you on Skype? Was it something yesterday or was it today? Let me have a look. I had no idea. Oh yes, I did. Is that? Oh, she's so little, isn't she? Or he? Is that your new little kitten? I've got a peeler that shreds vegetables. Crazy. I remember when you stared blankly at the screen every time Chappie donated. Oh yeah, well Chappie was a big donator. I remember him donating hundreds of dollars. Well, it was a shock. And Taz T, it's a prank. Ah, right. So what you really mean is here's $1,000. Eric, you would have to get an Apple Cora so you can take out the apple core in the apple to make the apple chips. I'm sure I can figure out how to do it without it. I haven't seen Chappie around here. He was here in yesterday's chat for a little bit. I mean, he might be. I haven't actually checked, but I mean, maybe he's doing a chat right now because he does. I assume he's still. Oh, I've just clicked on him, and there's a little red dot next to his name, which usually means he's in the middle of a live chat. Chappie drunk stream. I'll just message him. That's funny. Anyway, I suppose I better come back to my stream. And James says, I'm starving. I'm going to go get lunch now. Bye. All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm starving too. I haven't eaten today. It's 1 p.m. Have you eaten apple chips before? I have. Tasty. I will stay here as long as I can. Eric, your beard kind of looks like Santa Claus's beard. Awesome. Julia, there's a thing you can get that cores and peels apples. Oh my god, I did not know you went all Bushman a while ago. Oh, usually during winter I grow a big beard. Well, not that big, but so vaccines are poison. Is that a statement, a question? Is that a hey Loco? Hey Jason from WA. How you going, buddy? I hope you're safe, well where you are. Hope says, yep, that is my Midnight Maya. She's an exotic chocolate kitten. Interesting. Try not to eat her. It's dinner time in my neck of the woods, US, and had dinner a long time ago. I'm going to be in and out here, and Chappie, all right, crazy. I might just check Chappie. I don't know if he commented. Like, I don't know. Oh, he's right. What's he doing? It's a game. Right, okay. I don't know what that game is, but it looks pretty good. I'll just go back to my stream quickly so I don't miss a few comments. Hey, Chappie's here. Oh, that's what he was doing in his. I could see Chappie in his stream on his phone. So he must have been messaging in my stream. All right, let's go back. My dog has corona, so I flushed him in the toilet. Oh, awesome. Hey, Chappie. Says, okay, see you. Well, I guess, yeah. You're doing your stream. I'm doing my stream. I think my character knows he doesn't want to do it instead. I might I think Chappie's doing the game, so I can't really. Don't cross the streams. 30 likes, 0 dislikes, doing good. Yeah. Have you seen the movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman? Yes, I have. Many, many years ago. 20, probably. The movie's got to be close to 25 years old, maybe 96, or I'm not sure, but yeah. And I have noticed there's when you go onto IMDb, right, and you look at the people that have died this year, and you look at the most recent deaths, there is a massive amount of people that have passed away from the coronavirus just recently. I mean, Mark Blum for one. I'll see. I don't think that guy did. Floyd Cardoz, so the chef, he passed away from it. Let's have a look. I don't think this woman. Sometimes it doesn't say. Maria, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's a costume designer. Pretty sure. Let me check. Coronavirus. It's like just everywhere. I don't know this. Albert. Well, let's see if he was Corona as well. No. Some other actress. Let's see. Coronavirus. Let's see. Complications from COVID-19. So same thing. Terrence McNally from, he was a writer, American Playhouse and stuff. And not this guy too, surely. No. Yeah. So there's actually a lot of people in the the place in IMDb where they show people that have died and their reason for it. Quite a substantial amount being listed as passing away from COVID-19. It's quite, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll stop looking at that. It's a little bit much now. So, sorry, I've missed some comments. Have you seen this hockey movie called Miracle with Kurt Russell? It doesn't ring a bell, but I may have seen it years ago. It's an old movie. Do you drink Corona? No, I don't. I've seen Outbreak. It was 95, was it? Yeah. Yeah. So if only it was as contained as that in the movie, although Ebola, or that was, I can't remember. I don't remember that was actually Ebola. It was hemorrhagic fever, which I think hemorrhagic fever and Ebola are like on the same. They're pretty much the same. It has a 90% death rate, which is like. Where are we? I'm watching that movie right now, says Eric. Right. Okay. Back's a bit sore, and I've seen Contagion 2011. Ebola was more of a parasite. Did you like the movie Space Jam? Not a big fan. I mean, it was alright. Yeah, it was okay. I think it was more directed at kids, I think. Tell me that you never be mine. Yes, I'm a chameleon. These colors change. Yellow when I'm feeling cool. Blue when I'm sad. Yeah. So I don't know if some of you may not have heard this, but in Queensland, they're voting there right now. They're still holding it, and Queenslanders are being forced to vote in person or face fines. Like, wow. Talk about a class action suit there. Can you make tacos in the air fryer? I don't think so, because the taco shells you just sort of heat to crisp them a bit, and then all the other stuff that you put. I mean, maybe you could. I don't know. Uh-oh, one dislike. Well, we know who that is, don't we? That's that tweet. Julia, I know there are people who have died who didn't die of it, just old age, like two population groups. Popular British celebs, one was 82 and one was 92, but they didn't have COVID-19. What? Eric, Australia Post. Oh, you need to be locked down. Yeah, good luck with that. Robin, your granddaughter has recently made my mocha frap several times. She loves it. Awesome. Awesome. I think that's a fairly old video too, actually. Hope says, do you have WhatsApp? WhatsApp. I do have WhatsApp. In London, we can't vote for a new mayor this year. Yeah, but you can vote here in this backwater place that I live in. Oh my God. Do you think Corona will spread through all of Australia? Most likely. Why not? It's, people spread it. It can't spread itself. So, and people are still out and about, and there's no lockdowns, and you can get your hair cut, and you're forced to vote. And well, we are going to be heading into winter, so got to deal with coronavirus, various seasonal flus, colds. I'll have a look, Eric. I'll check that out. There is technically no cure, but I hear some victims recover from it. I think it depends what you call recover. I think most people recover from it, but then a lot of people that recover have permanent lung damage. So recover is probably more a blanket word for not dead. So I don't know. Oh, I do have Netflix, Eric. I certainly do. Oh God, no! There's someone here. Yes, who is it? I don't know. Anyway, I probably won't do the chat too much longer, just because Kids are home and don't want to leave my wife to have to just deal with all of them. Yes, I'll do one in 10 minutes. Okay. Kids are asking for me to make milkshakes, so I'll go soon, and we'll just call it quits there. And I'll either do a chat tomorrow or the next day probably, but we'll see how we go. But I'm still hanging for a bit. Yeah, that was Ayla. She's obsessed with milkshakes. But I try to make them a milkshake once a week. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Go Fish is here now. He turned up when I'm going to be leaving soon. That's a bit of a suck. But my next live chat will be a lot longer, I promise. I'm not going yet, but soon. Oh my God, she won't leave me alone. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to go now because they won't stop banging on the door outside, and like 2 of them are nudies, not even wearing clothes. So that's it, I guess.